Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Today I have a book review for you on a very popular book in this community, and that is Just One Day by Gail Forman. My sister actually got this book for her birthday over the summer and then read it and then said, you should definitely read this book. And I was like, I know, I've been hearing a lot about it. So let me tell you a little bit about it. It follows Allison. She has just graduated high school. It's that summer in between her leaving high school and going to university, and she is on one of those guided tours for young people in Europe. The tour has come to a close. They're in England, and she is with her best friend Melanie and the rest of the group, and they're off to see a Shakespeare play when Allison decides that, you know what, she doesn't want to see this play. She wants to see the cool, like, alternative production of Twelfth Night that's going on over this way. So they sort of lie to their leader and go off and see this play. And this is very contrary to Allison's personality. She has grown up a very sheltered life, very protected. She's an only child. Her parents have very carefully planned a lot of her life out for her. She's going to school to be in the medical field just like her father, as her mother's wishes, you know, for her to do well. This is very out of the box for Allison. At that play, she meets a boy named Willem, and they sort of have a little interaction. Whatever, pretty casual. They go their separate ways. She's thinking about him in the back of her mind, and then she actually runs into him the next day as she's preparing to head back to London to eventually take her flight out back to the United States. On a whim, she decides to go to Paris with him because they didn't get to go to Paris on their guided tour. Her friend Melanie is sort of, okay, but off they go, and they have this glorious day in Paris. Things are fantastic, wonderful. They go to sleep. The next morning, Allison wakes up and she realizes that Willem is gone. Things from there, they go downhill really fast. Allison, of course, isn't used to being alone in Europe, and all of these things sort of kind of come crashing on her. She realizes that what she's done going out of her comfort zone, and although she does get home, it's a very emotional trip for her. And although I was under the impression when I first picked up this book that it was basically going to be her time in Europe, it is actually much more than that. The European part is only the first little bit. The rest of the book is the year following it and everything that is influenced by that one day, just one day. It leads to a year of growth and self-discovery. She goes off to university, realizes how unhappy she is, and ends up trying to change herself for the better. I enjoyed that part of it. I thought it was really nice to expand upon just that little happy moment that she had when she was in Europe. I liked hearing about Paris. I thought it was fun considering I have been there before with both Leslie and my sister, so it was cool to say, oh yeah, I've been there. I remember that part. I remember experiencing that. There are definitely some YA moments in this book, the sort of the cliched moments that everyone goes, oh yeah, okay, this happened. But I felt that it was very strong YA overall. It's, I think, because Allison is not a 16-year-old girl, a 15-year-old boy, she is an 18-year-old, there's a sort of extra maturity that comes with this book, and I feel like it was easier for me to really get into the story because I do remember being in that transition stage between being past high school but not quite at university. You think you know what you want, but once you get there you realize that, you know, things aren't exactly how you planned. Your personality shifts a little bit as you grow up. That is evident in this book, and I definitely related to that. The progression of her personality from this one day up until, you know, the end of the book, I thought was very reasonable. Often when people start to change, they don't realize it at first. She didn't realize how much of an effect this one day was going to have on her, but it does really change how she decides to live her life. I liked that Gail Forman wrote the book like that. One thing that was really crazy to me was the ending. I didn't know what to think. I thought it was going to go one way, and then it ended up ending kind of how I wanted it to, but it was definitely a roller coaster ride at the end, and for those of you who have read the book, you definitely know where I'm coming from. That being said, I rated the book 4 out of 5 stars. It is a strong YA. I recommend it for those who are maybe looking for a YA book that's a little bit more mature. It is a contemporary, so there's no crazy fantastical element to it, but it's just a solid story about growing up, making mature decisions as an adult, realizing what you want, and I feel like that is a good story for a lot of people to enjoy. If you have read Just One Day, let me know what you thought down below. We can have a little chat about it while trying to remain spoiler-free. As always, all of our links are in the doobly-doo. Check those out if you feel so inclined. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you later.